Hi everybody, this is Mr. Velasquez. I'm in period 100. Today is May 23rd, 2016, and I'm going to show you how to solve a systems of equations problem. So let's say you have two lines, two equations. The first one being y equals 3x minus 12, and then the second one being y equals x minus 4. Okay, and we're trying to figure out where these two lines cross, where they meet. We're trying to find the x and the y value. So the first thing that we can do is, after we write our equations, the first step is to set the equations equal to each other. So we can take this top equation right here and we can write it all down. 3x minus 12. And since this equation equals y, and we have a green y over here, that means that on this side, instead of bringing this purple y down, we can substitute this whole x minus 4. So we're going to write that down right there. X take away 4. Okay. So now we've set our equations equal to each other. Next step will be to solve for the x variable. Okay. So what I can do now is I can try to isolate the x, try to get the x by itself. So over here, we have x minus 4. Over here, we have 3x plus or minus 12. So if I try to make a big 0 right here, I can get rid of the 12 and I can just have the 3x. So in order to do that, I have to add 12 to this side. And on the other side of the equal signs, I have to add 12 also. Okay, now if I keep going from here, this 3x comes down, the equals comes down, the x comes down, and negative 4 plus 12 is going to be positive 8. Okay, in other words, 12 take away 4 gives me 8. So we keep going. X plus 8 equals 3x. Now again, I want to isolate the x. I'm trying to solve for x in this step. So my next thing here will be to get rid of this x so I can have this 8 by itself. So get rid of that whole thing. So in order to make that x a 0, so I'm trying to make a giant 0, I have to take away x, and that's how I make a 0. And if I take away x from the left side, I have to take it away from the right side of the equal signs right here. So I'm going to take away x again on the other side. So we have 8, which is a positive, so I don't have to write the plus, equals, and then 3x take away x. Now remember, this is 1x. So 3 x's take away 1x, so you have 2 x's left. So from here, we're almost done. We've almost isolated the x. We've almost got it by itself. So to keep going from here, we have to divide by 2. And the reason I'm dividing by 2 over here is because the 2 is multiplying with the x. So if I divide on this side, I have to divide on that side. So now I'm left with this. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And the x comes down. So 1x, or I can just put x by itself, equals 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we have x equals 4 as our x variable answer. Okay. So we did all this work. We found our x variable. And now the next step is to find our y variable. So I'm going to box this off right here so that we know that this little space over here is for the next step. So we're going to choose the easier of our equations. To me, the bottom equation, y equals x minus 4, looks easier. So I'm going to write that equation down again. Now, by doing all this work, we've already found the x variable, which is 4. So we're going to plug that in up here. So we're going to plug in a 4. 4 take away 4 equals y. So my y equals 0. Okay, so I can circle that. I found my x variable and I found my y variable. So I'm done with that step. Okay, the final step is to check my answer. So this is my solving for y. This whole thing right here was solving for x, and then I'm going to check my answer. So I'm going to go back to my easy problem, y equals x minus 4. So I'm going to write this down right here, y equals x minus 4, and now I can plug in what I've gotten so far. So instead of plugging in this y right here, I'm going to plug in the 0. So I can put 0 right here. 0 equals parentheses take away 4, and instead of x, I can plug in what I found for x, this. So plug it in right here. 4 take away 4. This gives me 0. 0 equals 0. So my check step tells me that because 0 equals 0, And because this is correct, that means all of my work is correct. So my answer, written as a point, is this. X goes first, so I'm going to put my 4, comma, 0 goes second, because it's my y, xy. So this is my final answer, 4, 0. And remember what this means. 4, 0 means the point. It means the plotted point on the coordinate plane where these two lines cross one another. Thanks for watching.